Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to my presentation on why Amphibia is my favorite TV show of all time. Now, is it the best TV show of all time? I'm not going to comment on that. Why? Because there is no best TV show. That's like saying that there's a best ice cream flavor. There is no best ice cream flavor. Because whatever you say is going to be completely subjective. Oh, vanilla's the best one because it's the most versatile. Oh no, cookies and cream is the best one because Oreo's delicious and it's my personal favorite and I'm always right. Oh, pistachio's the best one because you get the nutrients of the pistachio. Like, no. Every ice cream flavor is the best for some freaking reason. You can't argue anything objectively. Now, that's why I'm not going to be talking about why Amphibia is the best. I'm going to be talking about why Amphibia matches my values, matches my interests, and fulfills my personal goals as a viewer. Now, this pertains to my perspective on reviews entirely. When you review something, you're not just talking about the thing you're reviewing. You're also talking about yourself. This is what I think video reviewers, or like people who do reviews in YouTube videos, should do more of. They need to acknowledge that they're not just analyzing something, they're also revealing information about themselves. They need to talk about themselves, their own personal interests more. Now, on the other hand, I get why people don't do this, but I'll get to that in a bit. Here's another thing to illustrate what I think people should do more of. People should say, like, you can't just say Hollow Knight is the best game ever made. You should say, Hollow Knight is my favorite game because I love exploring and fast-paced combat. Now, I get why people don't do this typically in video essays because, you could argue all day about what game is the best. When you make a claim that the one game is the best game ever made, then people can discuss for hours. But it's impossible to argue about personal preference. So when you point out that there is a personal preference and that's what the video essay is really about, there's not much grounds for discussion because you can't argue against someone else's personal preference. But I'm a smaller channel, so I can get away with doing stuff like that, doing stuff that kind of shuts down discussion more than a normal video essay, but yeah. That's what I'm doing here. This is what I'm interested in, and I want to be different. So let's talk about my values. To start off, what is the meaning of life? What is your purpose on this earth? Given the limited amount of time you have to live, what are you supposed to do with it? Maximizing happiness, of course, yeah, obviously. Good job, whoever said that. Now, what does Amphibia do? Amphibia is wholesome, it's fun and funny, and it's relaxed. Wow. So it ticks all the boxes for maximizing happiness. Now, let's go back to the meaning of life. What else is in the meaning of life? Because it can't just be maximizing happiness. There has to be a little bit more to it. Love. Oh, obviously. Yo, 10 points to you in the back for saying that. Now, Amphibia is, just look, dude. Look. I'm not even going to explain it. Just look at it. Look at it. And this trio right here, I'm not just going to tell you to look at them. I'm going to talk about them. Amphibia has by far the most interesting and complex depiction of friendship I have ever seen anywhere aside from the real world. This trio right here really makes you think, what is a friendship? What makes someone a real friend? Can you trust the people you think of as friends? Do you really know them? The way these people grow together and apart over the course of the show is engaging. It's sad. It's relatable. And that's why it feels real. I want the best for them. I get happy when it works and I get unhappy when it doesn't. And I felt like I was growing up alongside them despite the fact that I was, 18 when I watched this show, I think? Somewhere in the range of 17 and 19. They're also mature and immature at the same time, and it was an incredibly engaging journey that furthered my understanding of love. Okay, moving on. Now, let's go back to the meaning of life. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think there's any other layers to the meaning of life. So let's move on to how Amphibia matches my interests. So, I prefer animation. I get enough realism in real life media, and I think animation also creates more opportunities for interesting artistic expression. Now, are there exceptions to this? Yeah, absolutely. But unless there's some sort of judo involved, I'm probably not going to prioritize it as much as I watch. Now, I'm sure that Grey's Anatomy is a good show. I mean, it has as many seasons as frickin' One Piece. But because it's filmed in the real world, I find it less intriguing. Now, here's another interest of mine. I prefer fantasy over real life because I get enough realism in real life. And also, fantasy creates novelty. I could see a universe I've never seen before through fantasy. This is why just because something is animated doesn't mean I'll be motivated to watch it. Now, I've heard that this show is actually really good, or at least it was at some point. I heard it also kind of fell off. But as a kid, I never was interested in seeing it more than Steven Universe or, unfortunately, Teen Titans Go. Oh, excuse me. Should I have given this show a chance? Objectively, absolutely yes. But again, this isn't a video about what TV shows are good and bad. It's about my preference and why Amphibia fits the bill. So why does Amphibia fit the bill? Amphibia is fantastical, unique, intriguing. The world is super unique and interesting, and it completely blows Gravity Falls' world out of the water. That's not a jab at Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls is already an excellent show, known for its unique and mysterious world. So for Amphibia's world to also have so much more depth, beauty, and mystery, it's just a testament to its quality. I mean, just look at this. Just the background scenery alone is enough to give me that awesome sense of wonder that makes Amphibia feel so interesting and alive. I feel like I just want to explore every nook and cranny and learn everything there is to know about this place. I mean, just, oh my gosh, look, oh, and it's just shrooms, bro. Literal magic mushrooms. Oh my gosh. Anyway, now let's talk about how Amphibia meets my goals. Oh, and also, I forgot to mention this, but in case you haven't noticed, Amphibia is an animated TV show and I prefer animation. So let's go back to goals. Why do I watch TV? It's to relax and escape from real life, to laugh, and to see something new. Now, this takes me to the Shibuya incident in JJK. Yeah, kind of a left turn, but bear with me for a second. Don't get me wrong, I was definitely invested and engaged in the story throughout the arc. But with all of the suffering and the losses endured by the people I care about, I was thinking, while watching this show, man, this hurts. This hurts my body and my mind. The fights are cool, but man, it's just sad. Like, this hurts my feelings. Why am I even watching this? It's so painful. Now that's the key here. What is the point of watching this? I suppose it's the same reason why plenty of people aren't fans of horror movies or spicy food. It just hurts. Why should they be entertained by something that just causes pain? Why watch a TV show if it doesn't make you happy or satisfy you in some way, or if the journey is it's just not worth it to you, you know? And that's where Amphibia comes in. This show makes me smile. It makes me relaxed, happy, and content. I want to see what shenanigans in Boonchoy and the gang get up to this time, and what lessons she learns about life and responsibility she takes away from it. That was not worded right in my script, but whatever. I want to see this family I care about help each other and have fun. I want to see them get to learn about each other's cultures. I want to see what life is like in this quirky alien world, because all of these things make me relaxed and content. Amphibia does all of this and more, and so it satisfies my goals as a viewer. Now, here are some extra notes. Just to, add a little flavor, little sprinkles to this cookie. Here are some other things great about Amphibia. Number one, it's got giant bugs. Legit, this is one of the most biggest standouts of the show. They're freaking terrifying. It makes the boiling aisles look like a walk in the park. And also, number two, I learned more about Thai culture from Amphibia than anywhere else, anytime in my entire life. And I went to the dang Thai club at my college, for crying out loud. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of forgot everything about Thai culture that I learned from Amphibia. But I do remember that I did learn a lot while I was watching it. And number three, there's usually more variety in episodes in Amphibia than typical cartoons. Usually, In other cartoons sort of like Amphibia, there will be a villain of the week, or if you're Steven Universe, a villain of the week and the occasional boring-ass episode about Sadie's normal human life. But in Amphibia, you'll go from running for your life from a tarantula hawk to a harvest festival to Sprig stealing a credit card. It's so wild. This show is so keenly aware of both its bread and butter and its strawberry jam. It knows when to mix things up and when to keep things grounded. It's so good, man. You gotta watch it. Now, to be fair, there are some flaws in it that I don't like. This wouldn't be a fair review of Amphibia if I didn't also acknowledge the other side of it. Is it really relevant to why it's my favorite TV show? No, but I feel like, you're probably curious. So, here's what I don't like. Some of the writing is kind of on the nose. Like, for example, Hop Pop will say something like, "Wow, Anne, you sure have grown and matured a lot this past season." Like, shut the fuck up, Boomer. Like, why are you saying it so straightforwardly? And, gosh, I guess that's sort of related to the second point, but some things in the story are just kind of predictable. Like, the way you imagine things will play out is probably how they'll play out. I think that's not too bad, though, because if you're a kid, which is the target audience, you probably won't see some of the stuff in the show coming. Like the things that they pull, the story beats, they'll catch you off guard. And of course, like mostly it catches me off guard, even though I was like a young adult at the time watching it, or an old teenager, however you want to look at it. I'm not saying that like the show was completely predictable. It just felt predictable sometimes. But oh well. You know, there's a reason why story tropes exist. It's because they're good. They're emotionally resonant. But it is a little more boring if you're older. But oh well. It's not like it's egregious or anything. Not every show has to be JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Alright, now here's some parts just for fun. My favorite character is Hop Pop. The standout episode that I remember the most is that Sprig steals a credit card, because it's just so different from the typical running away from bugs or some natural calamity. It's got one of the best fictional universes, and yeah, that's all the fun facts I wanted to include. And just as a little bonus, okay, but before that, you know what? This isn't in the script, but I want to mention something here. I don't think I put a conclusion in this slideshow. Like, I covered why Amphibia met my values, my interests, and my goals, but I never repeated everything and wrapped it all up. So let me go ahead and do that, put it in a nice little bow so I can get an A on this little essay here from my English teacher in 7th grade. So, I'm not in 7th grade, by the way, that was a joke. So, to wrap things up, Amphibia meets my values, my goals, and my interests. And it does it better, to me, than any other show. It matches my values more than any other show. It appeals to my importance of love and happiness more than any other show, because it's so relaxed, it's so chill. Yes, there's moments of action, but overall, everything is captured in this atmosphere of levity, casualness. The whole show feels so chill. Like, there were literally times when I would just wake up on Saturday morning, make myself breakfast, and turn on Amphibia, and I'd think to myself, man, this is the life. And it was during the pandemic too. I think it was like my senior year of high school. I was just stuck at home, and guess what? I had Amphibia to keep me company. And oh man, it was so cozy. I loved that part of my life. And the other times when I would watch Amphibia, I'd just be working out late at night. You know, I'd be doing my decline push-ups or just my normal push-ups, because I don't know if I was strong enough for decline push-ups. I'd just be doing them on the couch while watching Amphibia. Man, it was so chill. It got the chill vibe better than any other TV show I've seen beforehand. I mean, just look at these images and tell me this doesn't give you some sense of childlike innocence, love, and wonder. So wholesome, so chill. It's got that fantasy element. It's, of course, animated, and you can see how good the animation is. Let's go back to those backgrounds. Golly gee willikers. Matt Brawley, oh my gosh, if I met you in real life, I would bow down. I'm not worthy to even shake your hand or even look you in the eyeballs. Good grief. My gosh, I should have been lingering on this slide while talking about the conclusion. That would have made a lot more sense. You know what? Just imagine that I did. Boom. Imagination. All right. And of course, I just talked about how it met my goals as a viewer. It meets my goals as a viewer better than anything else because the world gives me that escape. I get to laugh, I get to smile more than any other TV show aside from like Impractical Jokers or something. And I get to see a brand new world. Man, it's just amazing. But anyway, let's move on now. Here's my rankings of fictional worlds. We're on the bonus section now. Yay! Avatar: The Last Airbender, I think, has the best fictional world in all of fiction that I've seen. Now, there are some like really good TV shows I haven't seen yet, like Full Metal Alchemist, Frieren. I'm sure there's others out there, but you know, this is the best one I've seen so far. And this includes Korra, by the way. Like Korra's world, like I don't think the Korra TV show was that good. It's definitely mid to me. But the world was still cool. Like the whole steampunk thing, gosh, that was so awesome. And of course, it kind of rides on Avatar's coattails, so whatever. Amphibia, of course, comes second because it's an amazing world. You should definitely check it out. I haven't even really talked about much about what the world actually is like because I want you to watch the show. Next up is Codename Kids Next Door. This show is so underrated, man. People haven't talked about Codename Kids Next Door enough. I hope that it gets some sort of resurgence in mainstream talks. Just like how Avatar wasn't talked about for like years after it was released, and only when it came out on Netflix or something did people start really talking about, hey, this show is really damn good. I hope they do the same with Kids Next Door. I don't think Kids Next Door is anywhere near as good as Avatar: The Last Airbender, but the world, like the whole idea of these kids setting up this entire spy organization just to keep themselves young, I spat on my freaking screen. It's such a cool concept. It's so fascinating to see it play out, and it's so fun. The abbreviations, man, for things, it lived rent-free in my head as a kid. Okay, there was some rent because I had to memorize the abbreviations, but it was so cool to think about. Of course, Star Wars is next. I mean, I don't think that requires too much explanation if you know Star Wars at all. But man, the space sci-fi technology combined with like the ancient religion stuff, that's just so cool. And of course, oh, and also the aliens. And of course, Equestria. This land is literally sunshine and rainbows, which makes me smile. Some honorable mentions: Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss. The idea of making hell the setting for your world and then having all of these like racial and socioeconomic hierarchies in it, I think that's a really cool concept. And also the art and the backgrounds are fantastic for this. Well, maybe not the character designs, but like at least the backgrounds and like the styles. It's so good. Like, remember the dildo mansion from Hell of a Boss? Okay, anyway. And then there's the amazing digital circus. The idea of just being trapped in this virtual world where you get tortured by going on wacky cartoon adventures. It's so unique and interesting. I'm probably going to put the Gaslight District here eventually, but until I know more about that world, I'm not going to put it just yet. But it is one of the standouts for sure. Probably mostly because of the animation style. But as of this video coming out, there's only one episode, so I'm not going to cover it too much. And now here are my top 5 TV shows of all time. Amphibia, number 1. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. This is pre-Steel Ball Run, by the way. I read like halfway through the I don't know, it felt like halfway through. You know what? I take that back. I don't even know how far I went into Steel Ball Run. But I did read quite a few chapters of Steel Ball Run. And I'm not including it in this TV show ranking. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was number 2 before Steel Ball Run. That's how good it is. Now, granted, I also kind of skipped the Part 6 anime because I read the manga, but I also thought it was really good. I love the manga for Part 6. I know a lot of people hate on it, but I love it. Ending kind of ass, though, but we don't got to talk about that. Avatar: The Last Airbender, number 3. Fantastic show. You could watch 100,000 video essays up on Avatar: The Last Airbender. My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic is number 4, and Impractical Jokers is number 5. I could spend time talking about why those are my favorites, but if you know my values, if you know my interests, and if you know my goals as a viewer, I'm sure you could piece it together yourself. This would definitely answer the question of why frickin' Impractical Jokers of all places is here. I will say this though, Impractical Jokers has made me laugh harder than I've ever laughed in my entire life. And in My Little Pony, The Rarity episodes actually tugged on my heartstrings. I think I cried on some of the Rarity episodes, at least one. But anyway, that'll do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Please go watch Amphibia if you can. If you get Disney Plus just to watch Amphibia, you have more than made up for your purchase. Oh my golly gee willikers. Also watch The Owl House. Owl House is like, okay. You check it out if you want. I mean, it's good, but not that good. Amphibia is that good. Goodbye.